More congregations. Cleveland and Orlando. Well, the Cleveland one just graduated and he's in Cleveland. And I don't think he'll stay there forever, but he's there. He went to school in Columbus, so not far. Exactly. It's fairly typical, actually, I guess. And then the Orlando one is going to college there and he's staying there for the summer working. Probably Orlando and LA if he does what he wants to do, and more likely Orlando. Theme parks, so. Yeah.
What aspect of it?
Operations, marketing, just business, the whole thing.
It seems like that would be a dream job for a kid.
Right.
And most people don't do something like that. Does he love theme parks?
He loves theme parks. He's a grunt on the on a roller coaster for the summer, and he loves every second of it. And on his days off, he goes back to the park.
What a perfect person.
It's silly, but I know. And he's not a Disney freak necessarily. Like most people live for Disney. He's like at university. That's not what he cares about.
Does he like just the big rides?
He loves the big rides, but he loves he loves the efficiencies and it's hard to explain. But yeah, like going to a theme park with him is like no other.
Sounds like he's got a great system. Wow.
He loves it. Yeah.
He must have done a lot of years.
He did. Here's my sixth cousin.
We didn't grab books.
I'll go all the way in. You guys.
This is my cousin.
Yes. You're cousins.
This is my sixth cousin.
Oh,
We couldn't figure out how to do that.
Ancestry.com.
Uh-oh. Family.
I was so excited, actually.
It was sweet. It was the reception. Grandma. And they were all. We went to the reception. Yes.
How was your summer? Busy. Yeah. We got in at midnight. Just a little.
They all want some too. You and Ale.
Yeah, okay.
All right, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom. So nice to see you. I've been gone for a while, as most of you know. No, you don't want to? They don't want to do it. So have you? Not yet. Anyway, it's a pleasure to be here. Actually, let me straighten this out just a sec. For those who are watching at home, I was in a lot of places. I was at concerts in Colorado. I was visiting Karen's family in New Jersey. I was with both my sons, one in Cleveland, Ohio, one in Orlando, Florida. And I visited both of my student congregations, one in Great Falls, Montana, and one in South Atlanta, Georgia.
Wow.
And I'll talk about that next Shabbat, next week from Saturday, because it was quite an experience. For now, let's let the heavens rejoice and the earth be glad. Yismachu Hashamayim. It's on page 6. Page 6. ישמחו השמיים, ישמחו השמיים, ישמחו השמיים, ותגל הארץ. יירם הים, יירם הים, יירם הים ומלואו, יירם הים, יירם הים, יירם הים ומלואו. All right, let's go to page 9. Excuse me. מזמור שירו לאדוני שיר חדש, כי נפלאות עשה. הושיע לו ימינו וזרוע קודשו. איי הודיע אדוני ישועתו ואלה הגויים, כי צדקתו זכר חסדו ואמונתו לבית ישראל. ראו כל עשי הארץ את ישוע אלוהינו, הריעו לאדוני כל הארץ, פיצחו ורננו וזמרו, זמרו אדוני בכינור, בכינור בקול זמרה, בחצרות תקוע כל שופר. הריעו לפני המלך אדוני, ירם הים ומלואו, תבל ויושביה, נהרות ימחאו כפי עיני, יחרים ירננו, לפני אדוני כי איבה, לשפוט הארץ, ישפוט אלה בצדק, ועמים במישרים. Nay, 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 nay. Yeah, nay, 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 nay. Nay, 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 nay. Yeah, nay, 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 nay. Yeah, nay, 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 nay. Yeah, nay, 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 nay. For if you're walking and you're seeing some kids dressed like superheroes, that is appropriate Shabbat attire for tonight. We had our superhero Tat Shabbat before. And I was wearing my own mask and cape, which Karen tells me became an apron. It started as a cape, but somehow you can demonstrate if you want. The YouTube folks won't see this, but
Apron.
it started as a cape, but anyway. What are you going to do? All right, hello everyone. So we're going to be now on page 12, Romemu. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu veishtachavu lehar kodesho. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu veishtachavu lehar kodesho. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu romenu. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu romenu. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu veishtachavu lehar kodesho. Page 13. Yeah, you're singing, Leah. Mizmor leDavid, Avol Adonai b'nei, Avol Adonai, Kavod ba'oz, ay ay אלוהים רבים, כל אדוני בכוח, איי 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 כל אדוני, והחדר כל אדוני שובר ארזים, וישבר אדוני את ארזי הלבנון, וירכירם כמו עגל לבנון וסריון, כמו כבובן רעמים, איי 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 כל אדוני, פוצר נבות אש כל אדוני, יקל דיבר יקל אדוני, מבקר אש כל אדוני, יכול אל הידות ויחסו יערו והקלו כולו אומר כבוד, איי 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 אדוני, למה בו ישב וישב אדוני מלך לעולם, אדוני עוז לעמו ייתן, אדוני יברך את עמו בשלום. היי איי 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 we turn to page 50 in the Chadodi, the first two and the last two stanzas, as well as the chorus, and I'll switch the tune in the middle. Lecha dodi nikrat kala, v'neshama nekabela. Lecha dodi nikrat kala, v'neshama nekabela. Shamor v'zachor v'dibur echad, ish v'yanu el hamiuchad, Adonai echad u'shemo echad. L'shemo tiferet v'litila, lecha dodi nikrat kala, v'neshama nekabela. Lecha dodi nikrat kala, v'neshama nekabela. Likrat Shabbat lehu v'nelcha, ki imekor habracha, ve'rosh mikedem nesucha. Zov ma'aseh b'machsha b'tchila. Lecha dodi nikrat kala, v'nei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi nikrat kala, Panei Shabbat nekabela. Bottom of 17. Yamin usmo tifrotzi, et Adonai taritzi, al yadi shevet parzi, v'nitzmecha v'nagila la 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 dodi nikrat kala, Panei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi nikrat kala, Panei Shabbat nekabela. We rise and face the entrance. Boi b'shalom ateret bala, gam b'simcha u'b'tzola, toch emuneh am zegula, boi kala, boi kala. Lecha dodi nikrat kala, Panei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi nikrat kala, Panei Shabbat nekabela. We said any mourners in our midst, may God comfort you with all the mourners of Zion and Jerusalem. We're on page 19. Mizmor shir leyom haShabbat, tov leodot le'Adonai, ולזמר לשמך עליון, ולזמר לשמך עליון. להגיד בבוקר חסדך, באמונתך בלילות, עלי עשור ועלינה ועלי היגיון וכינור, מזמור שיר ליום השם טוב להודות לאדוני ולזמר לשמך עליון, ולזמר לשמך עליון. Continue silently. I didn't want them getting hurt. Not the case is fine.
Not that Lent is on its head.
Yeah, exactly. Tzadika tamar yifrach, keres balvanon yizkeh, udim beveit Adonai Africhu od yenuvun beseva, deshenim verananim yehu lehagid, ki ashar Adonai tzuri velo avlatavo. Adonai malach yod lavesh, lavesh Adonai ozitazar, aftikon tevel baal timot, achon kisacha me'az mamata, nasu nerot Adonai, nasu nerot kolam, yisu nerot okyam. Mikol mayim, mayim rabim adirim, mishperei am, adir bamarom Adonai. Erotecha nemenu me'od, bebeitecha nava, koresh Adonai leorech yamin. Please rise briefly for the call to prayer, the Baruch Hu. Baruch Hu et Adonai hamevorach. May be seated. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bivaro ma'ariv aravim. Elokai v'kayam tamid yimloch aleinu le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai ma'ariv aravim. go far, Ember. You're coming up next. Baruch atah Adonai Ohev Amo Yisrael Ohev Amo Yisrael. All right, Ember wanted to lead the Shema with me today, so she's going to do that. Let's see. Go ahead and just stay right there. All right, ready? 1, 2, 3. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Yasha, come.
Why is it my turn to do?
So when we do the Shamru, we'll have all of you come up. We'll do the dancing, jumping thing, okay? All right, page 26. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavecha u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol me'odecha ve'hayu hadvarim ha'eleh asher anuchi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'dibarta b'am v'shivtecha b'beitecha u'vlektecha b'derech u'v'shokvecha u'v'kumecha u'kshartam leot al yadecha v'hayu letotafot b'neinecha u'ktavtam al mezuzot beitecha u'misharecha. Continue silently, page 27 through 29. L'man tizkeru v'asitem et kol mitzvotai v'tem kedoshim leveichem ani Adonai leveichem asher hotzeti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim liot lachem Elohim ani Adonai leveichem emet Adonai leveichem emet. We are on page 32. Mi kamocha ba'edim Adonai Mi kamocha nedar b'kodesh Torah tehilot osef eleh Torah tehilot osef eleh Adonai imloch leolam va'ed Malchutecha ra'u vanecha בוקע ים לפני משה זה אלי אנו ואמרו זה אלי אנו ואמרו אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד מי כמוך באלים אדוני מי כמוך נדר בקודש מי כמוך באלים אדוני Mi מי כמוך נהדר בקודש. ונאמר כבנת יעקב, גוי וחזק ממנו, ברוך אתה אדוני, גל ישראל. 33, Hashkivenu. We lay down and go to sleep and hope to wake up to life renewed. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu Leshalom, Ve'hamidenu Malkeinu Lechaim. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu Leshalom, Ve'hamidenu Malkeinu Lechaim. Shalom, me'ata ve'ad olam. All right, start on this side of the room. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu leshalom. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu lechaim. Hashkivenu Adonai, Hashkivenu Adonai. Rosalinu Sukkot Shlomecha, Baruch Atah Adonai, Baruch Sukkot Shlomecha, Baruch Israel, Bel Yerushalayim. We rise for Vishamru, the Covenant of Shabbat, page 34. And if Kessler kids, you want to do the dance jump thing with me up here, you can, but you don't have to. Okay. All right, well, it looks like they want to. Well, let's go over here, and then we'll make a... Yeah, Ayal, we'd love Ayal. He didn't want to do the Shema, but it would be great if he wants to. Come all the way over here. Or actually, there's good too. Yeah, there's good. Okay, let's see. All right, we'll just go with it here. Shamru b'nei Yisrael et HaShabbat Lasso et HaShabbat Beni b'nei Yisrael, Oti le'olam, Oti le'olam, Oti le'olam. Shamru b'nei Yisrael et HaShabbat Lasot et HaShabbat le'dorotam b'ri olam. Ki sheshet yamim asa Adonai, Asa Adonai, et hashamayim, et haaretz, Shamru b'nei Yisrael, et hashabbat, Lasot et hashabbat, le'dorotam b'ri olam. Uvayomer shvi, Shabbat vayinafash, Shabbat vayinafash, Shabbat vayinafash. Shamru b'nei Yisrael et HaShabbat Lasot et HaShabbat le'dorotam b'ri olam. Yasher Koach. We remain standing for the Chatzi Kaddish. Yikra v'ikra shemei Rabbah V'yomar divrach yirutei v'yamlich malchutei b'chayim kol yomei v'yekol Yisrael ba'agala ba'agala u'bizman kariv imeru Yehi shmei Rabbah mevorach Leolam le'almei almaya yibarach. Yibarach v'ishtabach v'barim v'yinaseh v'yitadar v'yjaleh v'yjalal shmei kudsha. Le'elam mikol b'chata v'shirata tushmecha v'nechemata damiran be'alma v'miru. Private Amidah, pages 37 through 48. Say shalom Miram, Uyase shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, imeru amen. Yase shalom, shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael. Yase shalom, shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, v'meru amen. Jacqueline, you're feeling good? All right, so Jacqueline Paul just going to lead this next part of the service on page 49, the Matbea Tefillah. And thank you, Jacqueline, for leading many things in my absence over the last 3 weeks, when health permitted.
Right, so not everything you're supposed to.
Vayehulu hashamayim b'haaretz v'chol tzivaham vayihal Elohim bayom hashvi'i melachto asher asa vayishbat bayom hashvi'i mikol melachto asher asa vayivarech Elohim et yom hashvi'i
Vaykadesh Oto, Ki bo Shabbat mikol melachto, Asher bara Elohim lasod. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu Elohei Avoteinu, Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzhak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el HaGadol, HaGibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Konei Shamayim v'Aretz, Magen Avot Bidbaro, Mechaye Mitim B'Ma'amaro, Ha'el HaKadosh Ein Kamohu, Haminiach Le'amo, B'Yom Shabbat Kodsho. Ki bam ratzah le'haniach lahem, Ki bam ratzah le'haniach lahem, Lefanav na'avod b'rabah fachad, V'nodeh lishmo b'chol yom tamid, Me'ein ha'brachot. Mekadesh HaShabbat U'Barech Shali U'Meniach V'Kedusha Le'al V'Kedusha Yoned Zecher L'Maseh Bereshit Eloheinu V'Elohei Avoteinu Retzeh V'Menuchateinu Kachenu b'mitzvotecha, v'tein chelkenu b'toratecha, sabenu mituvecha, v'samchenu b'shuatecha, v'taher libenu le'avdecha be'emet, v'hanchilenu Adonai Eloheinu, Be'ahavahu v'ratzon, Shabbat Kodshecha, Ve'anuhu ba'Yisrael, Mekadashei Shamecha, Baruch atah Adonai, Mekadesh HaShabbat. Page 53, Kaddish Shalom. Yigadal v'yigash Shemei Rabbah, Be'alma divrach Yertei Yom Lichvahotei, V'chayechonu Yom Yichonu Chayidol Beit Yisrael, Ba'agala Ubizman Kari V'Maru, Yehi Shmei Rabbah Mevorach, Be'olam Be'almaya Yitbarach, Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitrama v'yinaseh, v'yitadar v'yitalev v'yitalal Shemei Nekudashah, V'yichu, Le'elam Yikol Berchata v'shirata, Tushbachata v'nechemata, Da'amiran Be'alma v'Maru, Titkabal Tzotahanu v'Utahanu Yisrael, Kodama v'Hanu v'Yishmaya v'Maru, Yehi Shlama Rabba Min Shemaya, V'chaim Elenu v'Yakol Yisrael v'Maru, Osei Shalom v'Rama, V'yasei Shalom Elenu v'Yakol Yisrael, V'Yakol Yoshvei Tevel v'Maru, Amen.
All right, this is the portion where on Friday nights I don't give a sermon, historical letter from the files. This one is interesting for a couple reasons. It's written from the executive director of the Temple Beth Abraham in August of 1973 to Rabbi Henrique Lemle, if that's how you pronounce it, in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. And apropos, if you saw my email today I sent out about the high holidays, we're going to have them this year. I know we have them every year. We had them last year and the year before, but we didn't have them inside the sanctuary. We're going to. I can't imagine. I mean, you never know, but I think we're going to let people self-select. If you're not comfortable coming, you'll watch it on YouTube. But we're going to be in here and fully. Anyway, this is what he writes. Dear Rabbi Lemle, during Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur of this year, 8 of the members of our synagogue will be vacationing in your lovely city. and have asked me to inquire as to the possibility of obtaining reserved seats for high holiday services. Mr. and Mrs. Les Kessler are dear friends of mine, and I would consider it a great personal favor and courtesy if you would accommodate that request. If there's a charge for the seats, please inform us and it will be taken care of promptly. The Kesslers look forward to worshiping with you, and I look forward to the time when I can return this favor. If the occasion arises, please don't hesitate to contact me. It would also be greatly appreciated if you would drop us a note concerning this matter, since we are aware of the difficulties. Wishing your community health and happiness for the coming year, L'Shana Tova Tikatevu Shalom, Al Levinson, Executive Director. Mr. and Mrs. Les Kessler, Les and Alice Kessler, they are the great-grandparents of the kids who are doing the Shambhu with me today. So that was a lot of fun. I don't know who the other 6 people were, though, on this trip to Rio de Janeiro.
What year was
1973. I mean, maybe they took their kids, but that still wouldn't equal 8. So who knows? But and that's pretty common. You have to write, especially in foreign countries, you will need permission to attend a service. It's much more or less loose, so we're becoming more secure here. But if you ever want to go to even a Shabbat service outside of the United States, you really have to contact them in advance. You have to make sure that they know you're coming. They may ask you some questions. They've asked you to recite the Shema even or something. I've heard that happening as well. So anyway, thought that'd be fun to read tonight. Grandson Drew there, and great-grandchildren Ember, Apollo, and Nova. All right, we will rise now for the Kiddush. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei pri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu mitzvotav ratzavanu v'shabbat kodsho be'avav ratzon hinchilanu zikaron l'maaseh v'reishit ki hu yom techila l'mikrayei kodesh zecher l'tziat mitzrayim ki banu v'acharta v'otanu kidashta Mikol ha'amim v'shabbat kodshecha v'ahava u'ratzon inchaltanu Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh ha'shabbat. Amen. L'chaim, to life. And if you are with your children here, or anyone else who might feel comfortable blessing, put your hands on their heads. We say, Yisumcha Elohim k'Ephraim v'chi Menashe, Yisimech Elohim k'Sara, Rivka, Rachel v'Leah, Yivarecha Adonai v'yishmerecha, Yer Adonai p'nav elecha v'yichunecha, Yisad Adonai p'nav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom. May God bless you and keep you. May God's face shine upon you and be gracious unto you. May God lift the divine face toward you and grant you peace. Amen. And Simone, you got back there just in time. All right, we will continue with the Aleinu, page 57. Aleinu l'shabeach la'adon ha'kol, la'teit gedula le'otzer b'reishit, shelo asanu k'goyei haratzot, ve'lo samanu k'mishpachot ha'adama, shelo sam chelkeinu ka'em, ve'gor aleinu k'chol hamonam, v'anachnu korim, u'mishtachvim modim. Lifnei melech mokri halamim hakadosh baruch hu shehu notei shamayim ve'yoser haaretz Moshe v'yikaro b'shamayim ima'al u'shchinat uzo v'gopein miromim Eino remet malkeinu efezulato Kakatu betorato Vedatayom ve'ashivota Elevavecha Ki Adonai Ruach Elohim Vashamayim ima'al Ve'la'aretz mitachat Eino וכתוב בתורת החיים לך לעולם ועד ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו You may be seated as we lovingly recall the memory of our departed relatives and friends whose York sites we observed during the coming week, thinking especially tonight of Louis Aldeff, Aaron Ehrenbart, Minnie Dane Askey, David Berman, John A. Berman, Aaron Gilmer, Maury Kenneth Grossman, Shirley Herodes, Morris Cantor, Philip Kaufman, Lena Clore, Rayana Leitner, Clara Leon, Toiba Tanya Lerman, David Levy, George Lindenbaum, Zelda Lutz, Rabbi Alan Miller, Gerald Miller, Miriam Nash, Peter Ottinger, Anna Poltz, Benjamin Rosenstein, Morris Rothblatt, Shelley Rotman, Sam Rubin, Thomas Saunders, Barnett Schwartz, Gisela Spiegel, Arthur Sussman, Joseph Thierman, Francine Weil, and Doreen Wolf. And nobody died in our community while I was away during the 3 weeks. Baruch Hashem. And so there are no shloshim, which is a very rare thing. Anyway, may all their memories be a blessing. We ask all those who are in mourning or observing Yortzeit, as well as anyone else who choose to do so, to rise from the mourner's Kaddish at this time. Yit Gadal v'Yit Kadash Shemei Rabbah v'Alma Divrach Yerutei v'Yamlich Malchutei v'Chayechon v'Yomechon v'Chayechol Beit Yisrael v'Agalah v'Zman Karib v'Yimru Yehei Shemei Rabbah Mevorach le'Olam L'Omei Omaya Yibarach v'Yishtabach v'Yitpa'ar v'Yitramam v'Yitnaseh v'Yitadar v'Yitaleh v'Yitalal Shmei Kutsha Barichu La'ela Min Kol Birchata v'Shirata Tushbechata v'Nechemata Damiran Be'oma v'Yimru Yehei Shlama Rabba Min Shemaya V'Chaim Aleinu Ve'al Kol Yisrael v'Yimru Hosei Shalom v'Yimroma Uyasei Shalom Aleinu Ve'al Kol Yisrael v'Yimru Amen. Zikranam Levacha May the Lord make it peace. Amen. All right, before I do some announcements, I'm out here. We have some guests. Looks like a lot of people here for the second time. Like I met you, but it's only once, so we're gonna just do the best we can. So actually, we'll start right here because Alan, you brought a guest. Right? Yes.
Hi, I'm Gloria Bates.
Nice to meet you, Gloria. And Gloria lives as a neighbor of Alan's and also as a member of our neighbor church, Lakeshore Baptist Church, with Pastor Jim Hoffman, who's one of the few who've been around longer than I have in this community. All right, let's see. So this is your second time here, right? Chris, right? So welcome. And Chris comes from Brentwood, right? All right, welcome. Great to have you here. Would you remind us who you might be? Leah. Welcome, Leah. Nice to have you here. All right. This row, I know that you guys, I remember meeting you a few weeks ago, but remind us of your names again.
Lillian Hunter.
Lillian Hunter, welcome. And
Ivy and Greg.
Ivy and Greg, were you here once as well? No. Okay, so you're new. Welcome. Good to have you here. And oh, you're kidding. Wow. Fantastic. Was it like Was it a trip, like a honeymoon Israel trip, or oh, fantastic, yeah. So I almost got to staff this last one, or even the next one, but the timing isn't quite right. But anyway, I'd love to be there. Well, that's great. So great to have you all here. All right, and we have Megan and Jordan. Right, so welcome to Megan and Jordan. they're musicians, right? So just that I have to know about them. I met them on Zoom. I think that's it for the. All right. Sophie left. There was a young woman back there named Sophie Hannon. She said she was in B-Boy with my younger son Jonah. She's home. She goes to the Columbia JTS joint program, Jewish Studies and General Studies. And anyway, she's the vice president of the Hillel there. So cool stuff.
My niece is a JTS.
What was that?
My niece is a JTS.
Your niece is at JTS right
Third year
now.
rabbinical
As a
student.
rabbinical student.
Yeah.
Excellent. Congrats.
Thank you.
All right. Closing the song. All right, so any excuse to do sort of pop music, which we're going to do today, but I would say nobody died. There was somebody who died in a group that like 60s doo-wop group. That just doesn't work for me. But so we're going to honor somebody living tonight because this came up in many people my age's Facebook feed. Joni Mitchell made her first appearance in public in a concert at the Newport Folk Festival. So anybody see that? Okay, we have one. So, and this is, there's just so much of this pop, folk, especially folk pop music, which isn't so much today, except of course for my favorites, the Avett Brothers, who I saw 3 concerts in a row of at Red Rocks in Denver. But anyway, this is Joni Mitchell's song, Both Sides Now. It's a beautiful spiritual song. So many of these songs are so meaningful and I think fit in well. So that's what we're going to do. Both sides
What
now.
are you singing? I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh.
No, we're literally doing just the Joni Mitchell song.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, yeah, Joni Mitchell song,
Okay.
Both Sides Now. We will be back with a Don't Alum tomorrow, though. And I don't even know what I'm going to mash it up. I'm not even mashing it up with a Hebrew song like I often do, but not this time. Bowls and flows of angel hair, ice cream castles in the air. If you know it, yes, sing along. Feather canyons everywhere. I've looked at clouds that way, but now they only block the sun. Rain and snow on everyone. So many things I would have done, but clouds got in my way. I've looked at clouds from both sides now, from up and down, and still somehow it's cloud illusions I recall. I really don't know clouds at all. Moons and Junes and Ferris wheels, dizzy dancing where you feel as every fairy tale comes real. I've looked at love that way, but now it's just another show. Leave 'em laughing when you go, and if you care, don't let them know. Don't give yourself away. Looked at love from both sides now, from give and take, and still somehow it's love's illusions I recall. I really don't know love at all. Just forgot to do the announcements. The only thing to announce is that tomorrow we have the Consul General, Israeli Consul General speaking, and that's going to be wonderful. Deputy Consul General, it is Matan Zamir, so hope you can come to that. Tears and fears and feeling proud to say I love you right out loud. Dreams and schemes and circus crowds, I've looked at life that way, but now old friends are acting strange. They shake their heads, they say I've changed, but something's lost and something's gained, living every day. Best line in the song. I've looked at life from both sides now, from win and lose, and still somehow it's life's illusions I recall. I really don't know life at all. Shabbat Shalom.
See you tomorrow. Shabbos.